Welcome back to the channel called CAD with Mr. Yu. In today's video, we'll be looking at third angle projection. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna draw the view that will be seen from the arrow A, then the view from the arrow looking from in the direction of arrow B, then the view seen in the direction of C, and finally the view seen in the direction of D. Okay? Now, if you want, you could pause the video, get a pen, pencil, or a sheet of paper, and sketch the two-dimensional view, the 2D view that you would see looking in A, then B, then C, and then D, and then you can resume the video. For those who don't want to do it like that, you can continue with the video. Okay, so it's optional for you at this point. All right. So looking in the direction of A, as shown in the previous slide or the previous picture of the three-dimensional view drawn in isometric projection, when we look in the direction of the arrow A, this is the view that we would see of the object, okay? If you got it right, good job. Now the next thing we will move into is a view that we see looking from the direction B as indicated by the arrow, okay? Okay. The next step is to draw the view that we would see looking above in the direction of the arrow labeled B. And this is a view or the drawing that we would see, the two-dimensional drawing that we would see looking from the direction of the arrow labeled B in the previous, in the video that showed the three-dimensional object drawn in isometric projection. All right, the third view that we'll be looking, that we'll be getting from the three-dimensional object is looking in the direction of the arrow labeled C in the isometric drawing, which is the three-dimensional drawing, right? This is what the view would be when you look in the direction of the arrow labeled C. Okay? Good job if you got it correctly, if you chose to sketch the thing before we presented the answer. Okay? The fourth view that we would see looking at the three-dimensional object that is drawn in isometric projection is a view looking in the direction of the arrow labeled D. So on the screen is a view that we would see looking in the direction of the arrow D. So here we have the outline. It will be a square for today's class. This line is a hidden detail line because a hidden detail line represents a hidden edge. In a previous video, we looked at how to draw a hidden detail line in Autocad. So perhaps you could visit that line if you're not sure how to draw the line in hidden detail lines, right? So this line that appears to be broken, it's called a hidden detail line. So perhaps you could visit the video if you want to learn how to draw the line, a hidden detail line in AutoCAD, all right? So a hidden detail line represents a hidden edge. So behind this face, if you want to call it a face, behind it, there's a line that is hidden behind this face, okay? If you want to call this surface, if you want to call this a face. So behind this box, which represents the end view, yes, there's a hidden line behind it, right? On the other side, all right? So this is the view that you would see looking in the direction of D, the arrow labeled D, all right? So here we have the different views that you would see. So looking in the direction of the arrow labeled A, we would see the front view. Looking from the direction of the arrow that is labeled B, we would see the top view. Looking in the direction of the arrow labeled C, we would see the side view, right? And looking in the direction of D, we will also see another side view, right, of the object. So you're going to see two side views, one front view and one top view, okay? All right, so I'm going to draw my front elevation. So the length of the front elevation is 60 millimeters. So we're going to draw another line. 60 millimeters to the right of this point. Then we're going to go, the height is 30 millimeters. So we're going to go 30 millimeters to the north. All right, so we have the height at 30 millimeters. The next thing we're going to draw is a line towards the left of this point, which is 30 millimeters long, enter 30. Then we're going to go down 15 millimeters. Then we're going to go across 30 millimeters. Then we're going to go back down 15 millimeters, enter. So, all right, we have completed our front elevation. What we're going to do now, we're going to draw the plan view, which is the top view, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to draw a line, which is 30 millimeters away from the front elevation. The purpose of this line is to space the plan, the top view from the front elevation, right? And this will be a construction line. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw a line from this point going right across. Enter. All right. And I'm going to draw another line going to the right of this point. Enter. All right. Now, what we're going to do now, we're going to project these lines towards the top relative to the front elevation so that we can transfer this length of 60 millimeters from here to there going upward so we don't have to measure again. So we go line from, turn off the object snap, going to go from this point going up. This will be construction line, enter, from this point going up, enter, from this point going up. All right, so from this point, what we can do, we can put on the width of the top view, the plan view, which is 30. So we can go up 30 millimeters. Then we can come across to this point, which is the length of 60 millimeters. So I can come across to 60 millimeters. Then I can draw a line coming down here, from here to there. Then I go from there, enter. I'm gonna draw a line in the middle. In a little while, you'll see why I'm drawing it over the construction line. Enter. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put these lines on an outline layer, and these lines would be the outline for the finished product. So these will be darker than these construction lines, all right? So these lines, this line, this line, this line, and this one, those are construction lines, right? All right. Now, what I have is my front elevation and plan, all right? All right. Now, what I'm gonna do now, so I have my front elevation, which is this.
That's my front elevation, the front view, right? And I have my top view. All right, what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna put these lines on the, gonna change the line type and put it on a thicker layer. So we're gonna go line weight, and we're gonna make it 0.3 millimeters so you can see it a little bit better. All right. All right, so we have changed the line weight of these lines. What we're gonna do, we're gonna come down here and we're gonna show the line weight display, right? If this icon is not here, then you come down to this icon, which is customization. You come up here and you go up to line weight and make sure that it is checked, right? So once it is checked, then it will show up down here, right? So we press in the workspace again. So if I click this line show line weight, there is a gonna do now. We're gonna draw a another construction line going from this point to this point, and I'll show you in a little while why I'm gonna do that. So I go line this point to that point, enter, which is 30 millimeters long. Now the front elevation on it, we have the length and we have the height. The the plan view, which is the top, this view here shows it the length and the width. So what we're gonna, once we have the length and the height and the width, we don't need to measure again. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna draw a line from this point, right? And the angle can make the, we're gonna turn off the ortho. We can make the line a little bit longer than the plant, but the angle, so we're gonna type, we can make it 70 millimeters and the angle 45 degrees, right? Enter. All right, we need a longer line, so what we can do, we can draw another line from there, all right? So we go here, and we need about what, 20 millimeters, less than sign, 45 degrees, all right? We're gonna do the same thing on this side, all right? So we're gonna go line at this point, right? The line, we're gonna make it 100 millimeters long, less than sign, and the angle would be 135 degrees, enter. So the purpose of these two lines is to transfer the width from the plan, the top view, to the end elevation. So what I'll be doing now, I'll be drawing the end elevation. So to get the end elevation in third angle projection, after you have drawn the front elevation and plan, you get the last point, the highest point on the front elevation, which will be the intersection of this line and this line to give you this one, this 45-degree line, right? Then the highest point on the front elevation will be where this construction line intersect this vertical line, and where they intersect, you draw this 45 here. To draw the end elevation now, what I need to do is draw a line from this point, the width, going across to intersect the 45-degree line. Press enter, right? Then the next step, where this 45-degree line intersect the horizontal line drawn from the plan, you're going to draw a line coming down from this point to this original horizontal line that we drew at the start. Okay, press enter. We're going to draw another line from this point coming down to intersect there. Enter. Good. So what we have now is a width of the end elevation. So we're completing the end view. So we have transferred the width, which is also the width here for the end elevation. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to transfer the height from the front elevation to the end elevation. So we're going to go line, and we're using a horizontal line going across. Press enter, that's a construction line. We are also going to carry this point going towards the right of the front elevation. So we're going to come here, go across there, press enter. All right. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to draw the end elevation so you can see, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to draw a line there to there, which is 30 millimeters. We're going to go down another 30 millimeters, go across 30, go up 30. Enter, right? We're going to draw a line in the middle here. So we go here to there, enter. All right, so I'm going to now select these lines, and as I did before, I'm going to change the line weight to 0.3. All right, press and all right, so there it is. Now looking at the end elevation on this side, this line will be a hidden detail line, okay? So we're gonna change this one. Our continuous is here, we need a hidden detail line. So it is not there, so we have to load it. So we're gonna go to load. We're gonna scroll down and look for the hidden detail line. We need this one, the one that says hidden to. We're gonna load it, right? And in here now, we're going to select it, right? So it's already loaded. Let me do it again. We're going to select this line. We're going to come here. I'm going to change it to a hidden detail line, right? So we click outside, and it's a hidden detail line, right? Now I'm going to change the thickness of it. So I'm going to go by layer. I'm going to change it to 0.3 millimeters. And there it is. Good. So this is a first end elevation that we drew. We're going to draw the next one over here. All right. So here we have the plan view. We want to complete the other end elevation on the other side, because in today's video we are drawing two end elevations. All right. We're going to draw a line from here, this point, to transfer the width to the 45-degree line. Then we're gonna come down with a construction line where the horizontal line intersect the 45-degree line. We're gonna come down to the baseline, if you want to call it a baseline, which was the first line that we drew, right? We're gonna go again, line at the intersection of the 45-degree line and the starting position here of the front elevation. We're gonna go down, enter. Good. So what we have now is a width in the front elevation. What we want to, sorry, in the end elevation. What we want to get now is the height. So we're going to go line. I'm going to transfer this point here to there. We're transferring the height from the front elevation. So go line again from here to, to there. Press enter. All right. So we're going to do the same thing that we did before. So we're gonna draw a line over the the object there, the end elevation, so we can darken it. Well, not darken it, but change the line weight to 0.3 millimeters. So if you was using the traditional T-square and set square, you would use the 3H pencil or the 2H pencil to darn it. So this is what we're actually doing now in the Autocad software. Well, the equivalent, all right? So I'm going to select the, well, I need another line here. So we're going line from here to there. Enter, all right? I want to maintain my construction lines to show how I got the objects for the front elevation plan and the two end views, okay? All right, so that is why they are there. And I can at the end I'm going to turn them off and show you the relevance of drawing the lines for the different views by themselves, and I'm going to show you in a little while. So I'm going to change this line thickness. All right, well, we need a line for this one. No, we have the line here. So I'm going to select that, there, 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 and there. All right, so when I come up to here, I'm going to change the line thickness to 0.3 millimeters. Right, so there it is, and it's now a thicker line width. All right, of 0.3 millimeters versus the construction lines. All right, now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to label the drawing now, right? So I'm going to use a text command, so write text. I'm going to specify the starting position. 4 millimeters is a better height. Rotational angle, enter 0. I'm going to type lock caps on. So we say front elevation. Then we're going to go up to the plan up here. So we're going to label plan. Then we're going to label here end elevation. And we're going to come over here. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to label end elevation, right? All right, so here we have the front elevation, the plan, the end elevation looking from this side, looking from this side towards the left, and here we have the end elevation looking from this side, looking towards the right. What we're gonna do, we're gonna trim off these excess lines so that the drawing looks neat, all right? If you was using the traditional T-square and set-square, they could stay, right? But just for our AutoCAD, we want it to look neat, so we get rid of them, okay? Good. So this is what and we can take out this line too, all right? And this is what the completed 2D drawings of the 3D object, the 3D view would look like. We have come to the end of today's video. In today's video, we looked at third angle projection.
Thanks for watching the video, and don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, comment, and share.